Nova Warrior produced about a good 4 or 5 tracks on this album. And he's been sending me beats since 2013. And so this was a beat that he sent in 2014. And this was the hardest song to write. When I hear Don't Bother Me, I think about what annoys me, the things that annoy me, the things that bother me. So, you know, I wanted to kind of play on those lines. And at the time, I was basically talking about how just the entitlement of men being entitled to say and do what they want, especially in hip hop. At the time, I only had my first verse written. So that first verse was the same verse that I had from 2014. I didn't even change it. And I could have changed it. I could have rewrote it. But because it was embedded in my head for so long, I couldn't see it any way else.
Some people say that I am meticulous, methodical, sardonic, and maybe ticklish. Sometimes I get enraged, but your complaint is not a phase. It's the one thing that makes me so insane. You give me penalties, bloopers, I got my hooper, but I'm not Mr. Cooper or either super duper. Why I got to be the party pooper? Got a lot of humor, you a shooter. You taking jabs at me? Ha! I am a trooper.
When I'm irritated, I'm irritated. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a phase. It's really how I feel at the particular moment. So yeah. Dudes telling me to bless their mics like amen.
I'm done explaining cause you know it gets so. Certain trigger words to set you off like, oh, here it goes. I'm sick of your woes. I should have treated you till you froze. And dudes telling me to bless their mics like amen.
I get dudes that, you know, hit me up and like, ooh, like please like do my shows or whatever. Please bless my mic. Bless the mic, you know, can you please come bless the mic real quick? You know, female rappers doing certain things to get to the top, you know, blessing the dude's mic. Get what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of like a play on words there.
And good things will come in due time, man. Don't say what really hip hop is. You lying, you crying, you spinning real out of control with your antics and hip hop pros. You better leave that at home.
Yeah, don't tell me what your definition is of what I do. You know, I do it. It's the way I define it for myself. I think when you have that certain control over your artistry, over yourself like that, that makes people mad. It makes people complain. It makes people feel a certain way because you have the reins on your career. This song is featuring a special person. She's awesome. Her name is Tequila Sahaya Shabazz, a.k.a. UNMUVABO. I've worked with Tequila on her own organization, which is called Bridge. As I got to know her and got to hang out with her, you know, she told me about herself and she used to MC. I was like, I want to get you on the track, even though like I know she's not actively rapping, but it's like I want you to be on this track. You know, from what I've heard and like her passion about hip hop, it's just like I want to get you on this track.
I remember Jovan saying, I need you to get on this track. This track is bananas. So I'm like, let me hear it. Let me see, because you know I'm not doing this no more. So I listened to this track and I was like, okay, I can vibe with this. And at the time, I remember that the social enterprise that I run now, Bridge Embassy, was starting to gain some momentum. And what I noticed is a lot of the kind of social media activists that were going on, and there was one gentleman in particular who would drag women.
I like to think of myself as pretty easy going, but sometimes these fools out here, they get me going. I got my teeth showing, be online trying to pretend that we cool like this dude under the pen of Lorenz.
His name was not really Lawrence, right? I basically changed it up, and I'm not gonna say his name for real, I'm gonna protect his identity, but he's still out there and he still has an issue with strong women. He loved to call us bitches, he loved to do this, and then later on I found out like all of this was really taking place from his mama's basement.
Man, he in his mom's basement typing out these long messages, dumbing down women, get him excited like he nailing it. 45 and impotent, get hard off his ignorance, then try to flip it intimate, but didn't I just mention it? Right, kids, he done fucked with the wrong one. UNMUVABO for a reason, check the scroll, son. I take your identity on a road run, then feed your nutsack straight to the rodents. Do me a favor, please chill on your photo ops. I went to school with your kids, so I know your pops.
But that was kind kind of an exaggeration of his seniority over me, right? So here's a man that should be leading with his wisdom, but instead he's still bitter and unhealed, and has some issues with black women, especially black women who are vocal and secure and confident in who they are. We went in the studio the first time in 2014, and she was like, you know, I wasn't really happy with what I put down, and Jovan didn't have a third verse, and then years went by, and in 2017, she like, Mama T, we gotta do this song. And I'm like, you wanna do that song? You don't wanna do another song? So I wanted to rewrite my verse, because for real, like with art, you have your moment. In 2014, I had that moment, and I was past that moment.
It's her verse that she wrote at the time was already embedded in my head. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, like, I'll hear it, but like, you know, I was really hoping to have her keep her original verse.
Jovan loved that original verse so much, and I was like, forget it. I'll go ahead and just drop that and shelf this one for maybe another project.
And we were in the booth at the same time, and like, because like I've listened to the demo, the first version of the song for so long, I knew her ad libs, you know, in my head. And so she was like, you know, you can do it, you know, if you know it, you fill in what I don't remember.
I like when you did that ooh in the
Wherever you hear it, throw it in, because some things I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
okay.
you've been studying it.
Will it distract you?
No.
Okay.
No, it'll actually enhance.
Okay.
I like,
Go.
but sometimes going. Talking like we next to when in real time,
10 seconds.
criticizing. Sky's like a blessing.
Man. Long messages.
Been down. Get them excited like a melody. And impotent.
Oh,
Ignorance.
then try.
To me.
Mention
it. That's right, kids.
With the wrong one.
Unmovable.
Check the scroll, son.
I take your identity.
On the roll, right? On your photo op.
She definitely crushed me on my own song, until I redeemed myself on the third verse.
Now I will say it once again, but I swear to you that it's last time as you are working on my last nerve. You must be out your rabbit as mine. So I'm using misconstrued, and I think that you must be bugging out. I'm about to lose my cool, and I'm about to lose, and you got the shit confused. Yes. Yo, I told you please don't bother me. Sick of all your apologies. Obvious I'm avoiding your riddance. Just please get off of me. Sick at the marks that copy me, taking on my monopolies. The same ones who may hate me are the ones who always follow me. From fake to phony toggling, your presence is my boggling. Stop asking what I do when you could look at my biography. Honestly, it's the truth of the matter. Ostracizing me, constantly try to bottle me, steadily try to coddle me.
This is my Mama T. This is like a mentor to me. This is like, you know, a person that I look up to in terms of like just her strength and just her like passion for business and her passion for black people. This woman's been rapping for 20 years plus, and like to pay respect to a woman in hip hop and a Chicago hip hop artist, like it's amazing to kind of like show your history.
I decided to do this with Jovan because Jovan is someone that I admire very much. Her skill set, it reminds me of me. You know, back in the time where I was very active as an MC, I kind of was very unique in my style, and I saw very early with her that she had this very unique voice, this very unique style that you could either encourage it and she gonna flourish, or somebody can say the wrong thing and she can go and retreat into a shell, which is kind of what happened to me with the people that I admired. And I didn't want to see that happen to her. I wanted her voice to be heard. She was somebody that people had to hear. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come out of retirement for my girl. It's interesting that I felt like I had to be that for her, that thing that I didn't have from any woman. I seen it from men, but I didn't really see it from women at that time, and I really desperately yearned that. that right now she inspired me to come back into the studio. Really what made me decide is that belief in her and the belief that I know she's really gonna take off and restore hip hop to its rightful place. Growth is the expansion of muscle. It's growing confident in who you are. It is transformation. It is fearlessness. It is facing challenges head on. You know, it's reaching. You know, because you can always reach a little bit further. You can always go a little bit faster. You know, and so growth is getting to that place where you are completely confident in who you are and standing in that truth.